Hi guys, I'm back for another episode in my saga to grow echeverias. I love echeverias. I think they're gorgeous. I hunt for them everywhere I go because they're harder to find here. So I had bought 5 of these Pearl von Nurembergs. I love them. These are beautiful plants. I bought 3 the first time I went, and then I went back and bought 2 more. Of the first batch I bought, they were very overwatered, at least one anyway. I knew it was, but I thought it looked okay. Brought it home. These are 2.5-inch pots. This one was actually in a 4-inch pot, and it was a rather large specimen. You can see what I have now. So as soon as I brought it into my home, into my climate, I started losing leaves. They turned that orangey color that you get when they've been overwatered. So this one started losing leaves around the outside layer, and it lost one whole layer. So I pulled those off, kept watching it for a few more days, and I had taken this out of the pot that it came in and left it for 4 days, just letting the soil dry out. It was so wet. And I want to save it, and I was afraid that I was going to lose it completely because I started losing the next layer of leaves. So after much thought and debate, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pull the leaves off, and I'm going to propagate these, and then I'm going to replant this and see what happens. They've been hardening off for the last 3 days. And this is looking a little peaked right now, a little soft. I hope it makes it. I don't know, but at least I may get these to take root, and I'll have 7 new plants out of it. Alex from Windowsill Succulent Gardening, he has quite a collection of these, and they're just beautiful. He has done the water propagation method, and I really like that method. But for me here in the wintertime, it doesn't seem to work as well. I think it's a little too cool in my home for that to really work well. Because when I've tried it recently, it just takes forever to get a root to show up and then to get a plant to show up on it. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to repot this, and I'm going to repot it into my soil mix. And this is 1 part sand, 1 part crushed granite, and 1 part Miracle-Gro cactus mix. I'm going to water it after I repot it. I've been, very careful with it. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to try it. I don't think I have anything to lose at this point. So I'm going to just fill up my little pot here, and I put a small piece of natural coffee filter in the bottom, and then I'm just going to take the little root ball and just set it down in here, and I'm going to put this soil around it. I just want to make sure that I cover the roots, and they've already hardened off if I damaged any when I took this apart and cleaned up the roots. I'm just going to lightly just compact the soil around it. I know that echeverias can be, a little hard to grow. I hear that from everyone, and I have had a lot of problems with them. If they're wet when I bring them in, it seems like that's when I have the problems with them. So I'm going to leave this one for probably a day in its new little pot. And you can see I've left about 1 inch of stem. So tomorrow I'm going to water it well, and then I'm just going to leave it. Try to forget about it and not do anything else to it. Now for these leaves, I'm not going to do water propagation this time. I'm going to put them, just lay them on top of the soil mix. So I'm not going to put the tips down in the soil. I'm just literally going to lay them on top. And this is just a terracotta tray that I'm using here. And I'm just going to lay these around the edge, just gently press them down. And then I'm going to leave them here. And when I start seeing roots, I'm going to gently put soil over the roots if they're not going down into the soil. And then I'm just going to leave them like that. And this is where they're going to stay. I'm not going to take them out and repot them until I have some pretty good sized flowerets coming out on the edge or on the tip. But these are all hardened off. This is going to be their home. Maybe I'll space them out a little bit further, and then that way they'll have plenty of room when they start getting bigger. And that's plenty of soil for the roots at this point in the stage of the propagation. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, these are doing fine. They're beautiful. There's no sign of them, of the leaves turning orange, and I think they're going to be fine. I just want to be able to save what I've got here. And then, of course, the reason I have 4 of these, I went ahead and bought 4, or I had 5. I want to be able to put these out in my fountain when I start planting it up in the spring. And of course, these won't be big enough, but it might take a year before they get this big. Now I'm just going to watch them. These have all got new growth, so I know they're healthy. And this has new growth too. It just needs a little tender loving care until it's ready to show some new growth on it. So anyway, right now I don't think I'm even going to spritz these. Not going to add any moisture to them. I'm just going to leave them alone and just let them sit here. I will put them in indirect light. That's where they'll be sitting on off from my grow lights. And I think they'll do fine that way. And then I'll give you an update on these when I start seeing some progress. Well, I hope this was a little bit informative. If you have problems like this and you have a better suggestion for me, I would love to hear it, and put it in the comments below. I'm not an expert on anything and don't proclaim to be. This is my hobby. I'm just an enthusiast. I'm like everyone else that has started growing these lovely plants. They're just addictive, and I just love them. I call them my babies. I don't have grandchildren, and I guess these take the place of that. So anyway, I have other projects coming up, and I've already been doing some taping today just to show you some things. So just stay tuned, and I hope you'll hit that like button for this video, and that you'll subscribe to my channel so you can see more. And I'll see you next time on Garden Rudiments.